Viewer, welcome to our first activity. Here's the breaking news. Yes, protecting civilians is the responsibility of the United Nations and Israel. The underground tunnels in Gaza are to protect the fighters. Hamas officials Moussa Abu Marzouk told in an interview conducted by Russia Today TV. The official added that the Islamist group has not other option but to fight from tunnels. Protecting Gaza civilians is the responsibility of the United Nations and Israel. We have built the tunnels to protect ourselves from getting targeted and killed. These are meant to protect us from the airplanes, he said. He translated into English by the Middle East TV. Meanwhile, Hamas militants in Gaza retaliated against the incursion of Israel troops into the Gaza Strip's main city as the war escalated into what the Israeli administration called the second phase. According to latest data released by the Gaza Health Ministry, over 8,300 people died since the war began, of which 3,457 were minors. The United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees has wanted and also warned that an immediate humanitarian ceasefire has become a matter of life and death for millions. It further stressed that the present and future of Palestinians and Israelis depend on it. Israel's intelligence service Mossad's chief David Barnea visited Qatar to meet with negotiators and discuss efforts to get hostages released. After expressing outrage over comment by UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres over the Israel-Hamas war, alleging that the October 7 attack did not happen in a vacuum, Israel backtracked on its promise to refuse issuing of anti-visas to UN officials. Martin Griffiths, the head of the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, tweeted Monday that he was in Israel less than a week after Israel UN ambassador said it had refused to grant Griffiths a visa. Amid the public uproar over the October 7 Hamas assault, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he has no plans to resign. The only thing that I intend to have resigned is Hamas. We are going to resign them to the dustbin of history. He said, that's my goal, that's my responsibility. Aid shipments to Gaza are set to pick up somewhat as Israel steps up its offensive. A senior Israel official said, we are expecting 100 trucks a day of aid starting tomorrow or Wednesday. Strategic Affairs Minister Ron Dermer said in a telephone interview. Netanyahu dismissed calls for his resignation over his handling of the Hamas attacks and ruled out a ceasefire is a 3 weeks old conflict. The only thing I intend to have resigned is Hamas, Netanyahu said in briefing for international media. The premier, who's faced criticism over his unwillingness to accept responsibility for security lapses before and during the October 7 attack by Hamas, also said that calls for a ceasefire are calls for Israel to surrender to Hamas. That's all for today. Bien, that's